Hello everybody, it's DK and welcome back to another tutorial here on the channel. Today, we're looking at a simple one by looking at automatic pumpkin and melon farms for anybody that's playing Minecraft 1.15 or above. So these are pretty simple, and without further ado, let's hop into it and take a look at the materials that you're going to need for today's build. So, all you're going to need for today's build is a couple chests, some hoppers, some building blocks, some dirt, some glass, some water, some blocks of redstone. You can probably get away with 2. You're going to need 2 minecart hoppers, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 24 powered rails, 6 observers, 6 pistons, 18 redstone, somewhere between 6 and 8 melon seeds, 6 and 8 pumpkin seeds, and some sort of hoe. So, without further ado, let's get started on the build. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to grab out of your inventory is you're going to grab your chests and your hoppers. And all we're going to do is we're going to place our chest down, just like this. And we're going to come behind and we're going to throw our hoppers in, just like so. So you should have a chest, and you should have 6 hoppers that are all feeding into each other out the back. This is going to be our very simple collection system for this build. Now, after you've done that, you can throw those back in your inventory. You're going to need to grab your building block of choice, and you're going to take this out to where it is 7 long. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to go just like this. Alright, and after you've done this, your next step is actually really simple. You're going to grab your powered rail and your block of redstone. You can keep your building blocks in here. And we're just going to take and we're going to throw our powered rail down, not on this first set of hoppers, but just right here, running all the way down to the end. Now, we can actually get this going, but before we do that, we need to make sure that these are powered. So I'm going to take these 2 blocks right here and replace them with blocks of redstone. And those 2 blocks of redstone are going to have a strong enough redstone signal to power this entire section of minecart here. Or these entire section of powered rails. So what I can do from here is very simple. I can go ahead and get my minecart started. I'm just going to take and put 2 blocks right here. I'm going to come down to the end here. I'm going to put 2 more blocks and 2 on top. I'm going to grab my hopper minecarts, throw them down on the track here, and watch them go back and forth. However, for our purposes, we're not going to do that just yet because that sound will get very annoying very quickly. So we're ready to move on and start on the actual farm. Now, we need to make sure that we have 1 block where we can do that, or 1 block in between the hopper minecart and the dirt. So we're going to need to take this up 1 more level, just like so. And then on this level, I'm going to take and fill this area in the middle in here with dirt. Just like this. So this is going to be where our actual farm area is. Now, if we've got farm area, we're obviously going to need some dirt. So I'm going to grab some glass, and glass is not necessary for or not mandatory for this section, but it is helpful. So I'm just going to take some glass, and I'm going to throw it just like this, and create the start of a little well here. I'm going to take this top section out and over, and bring it back, just like so, connecting it up here. And then this is where our water is going to go. So we're going to just take, after we've done this, we're going to come through and we're going to fill this in with water on both sides. And just like that, barring any mishaps, ladies and gentlemen, you are pretty much ready to go at this point. I mean, this is basically the simplest design that you can make here. So after we're done with this, we need to move on and we need to start setting up some redstone. So you're going to keep your building blocks, but you're also going to need your observers, your pistons, and your redstone for this point. And to start off, I'm just going to put a layer of my building block on the back side on top of this glass here, just to make things easier to place to start off with. And I'm going to start off here and I want to alternate observer and piston as I go through here. So I'm going to go, this block would be an observer, piston, observer, piston, observer, piston. And on the opposite side, I want these to be opposite each other. So I don't want piston, piston. I want observer, piston, observer, piston, observer, piston. And now if you look, you can see that they're kind of interlacing each other. They're going in between each other. Now, once I'm done with this, I can get rid of my blocks in the back. These were just temporary. Just like so. And then I can take my observers, and placing observers is really easy. All I have to do is just click on the side of the piston. And I want to make sure that the little red dot, the redstone output, is facing backwards. So when you are done, it should look just like this. And we're getting very close to being done here, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing that you need to do now is you need to grab your hoe, and you need to make sure that each plot of farmland is in front of an observer. So we don't want them in front of the pistons. We don't want these to be farmland. We want only the we want farmland only in front of the observers. And that's because now I can take my pumpkin and my melon seeds and plant them right there. And what's going to happen here is anytime these start to grow, or they grow a pumpkin or a melon, the observer is going to detect that change in the block, and it's going to cause all of the pistons to fire using our next step. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take and I'm just going to build a ring around this entire area. Boom. And once I have this ring built, I'm going to take my redstone that I have, and I'm going to place my redstone going all the way around. Just like so. So now, anytime one of these observers detects a change in the block, it's going to fire all of the pistons. Now, this could seem like it's a little overkill, and honestly it probably is, but it's a very effective way to do this. And our final step here to make sure that we don't lose anything is we're just going to take and put some glass over top of the entire system. Just like so. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, you are done. You have a completed, fully automated pumpkin and melon farm ready to go that should be relatively easy to build on your survival world. And my last little tip for you here, ladies and gentlemen, is if you're like me and you didn't get your minecarts going beforehand and you need to get them going now, an easy way to do this is to just take out these blocks right underneath here, like right at the end, throw it on, get it going, and then very quickly replace that with some stone. And then do the exact same thing on the other side, drop it in, minecart, push it off, and replace it. If you can actually get it replaced. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, you have a fully functioning, fully automated pumpkin and melon farm that is going to generate a ridiculous amount of pumpkins and melons very quickly. The longest process here is waiting for the initial vine to grow, so that way everything can get started. But if I throw my random tick speed up to 1,000 here, we wait even just like 30 seconds. You can see that as these start to grow, everything is working correctly up to this point. And we can see right now that we have all of our pumpkins and melons are starting to get collected. So you can see that they're getting collected. And if we look down on our chest, we should be able to see that, yeah, we've already got 7 pumpkins, 20 melons. So let's throw random tick speed back to normal. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, now that this is complete, this is all the time that I have for today's video. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please make sure and give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if this worked for you, and let me know what design you'd like to see me do in the next tutorial. And if you really liked everything, consider subscribing, because it helps out the channel a ton, and you get to check out more of the fun content that we have here on the channel. I'm DK. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!